I am told that you need 3 concrete conclusions. I think the first concrete one is Europe's place in the world is the key driver of, key justification for European unity now. And therefore we must never ever lose sight of, if we want to take the electorate with us, we must never lose sight of that is what emotionally moves my children's generation, not the end of Franco-German rivalry or indeed the hopeful secession of rivalries in the Balkans. It's a, goodness, we're part of something which may be 500 million people, but we're in a big and complicated and threatening world, quite regardless of the climate change side. So I think stay global, stay open. It is extraordinary how rapidly the agenda will change. And often, sometimes it's actually the substance of the agenda changing. And I think that's an example of access to key minerals and resources is a good example of that. Sometimes it's just the way the language changes. But if you get either of those wrong, you can't express it elegantly, you can't find a consensus in amongst 27 countries. And thirdly, everything is connected to everything else. The great danger that we have, I think, occasionally in the Union is as it's got more and more complicated, we've put ourselves into more and more separate silos. And so we leave the agriculture people to talk about agriculture, terrible mistake. We let the bankers talk to other bankers. If the Union has a real justification in terms of its intellectual approach, it is when we mix people up, it's when we cross sectors, when we cross boundaries, and only that way will we find the ideas that will dig the European Union and, incidentally, the rest of the world out of the mess we've currently got ourselves into.